Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for joining the Daily HODL Show. I'm here joined with Mr. M. I'm 5x5. How are you, Mr. M?
2.5, still a little bit
Yeah,
sick.
yeah. That's why he's like staying away right now. He doesn't want to get me sick and stuff like that. Appreciate that.
Exactly.
Yeah, wow. A lot of things are happening. And, once I saw this, I had to tweet about it. And because because I knew all this information meant that something big was happening in our financial. And now I'm talking about silver. And you might think, what? How does silver cause the financial crisis? No, dog. You got it backwards. For silver's what's happening to silver is a result of the underlying problems with our current financial system, right? So it's like saying, oh man, I played in garbage. I stuck a bunch of garbage there, right? And all of a sudden, well, I got rats and sickness, and it has nothing to do with the garbage there, right? It was just the fact that rats brought the sickness, not the garbage. What? It don't make no sense, right? So that's what you're saying if you think silver is the cause of what's about to go down. Anyways, we're going to talk about that and more in today's episode, right, Mr.
Exactly.
M?
And
And
you spoke about silver a bunch of times, right? And people are saying, oh, they won't let it go up. It's manipulation pure.
oh yeah,
And yeah, look what's happening.
exactly. We'll talk more about that, and right now we'll also be doing some charts. We're giving you guys a trade for today and how to manage that trade, of course. And also if you're interested in trading, you can do so at WeX, right? Link is in the description below. Okay, make sure you head over to also hit the like and subscribe on Mr. M's podcast, right?
Thank you. I just uploaded a banger from Amsterdam, I think an hour ago, which is unusual. Usually I upload late at night, but tonight I'm recording, so I can't. So you can see I filmed behind the stage and backstage, and I had a couple of interviews combined into one video. So it's pretty cool.
Wow, that's Sphere. Were you ever in that thing?
And that's Las Vegas. Yeah.
In the Las Vegas Sphere?
I haven't gone yet. No, I haven't gone in. Maybe we can
That's
go.
amazing. Yeah,
We
next
can
time
go together.
we'll go
next year.
All right. Speaking about silver, right? We were talking about silver, and why has prices of silver hit a record high? Well, if you listen to the BBC, right, it's like yeah, it's just normal stuff, right? Silver crossed $60, not a big deal, man. Right now, it's for 1 ounce of spot, right? It's precious metals are bought and sold for immediate delivery for the first time on Tuesday. So, hey, you know what? It's not that big a deal, right? $60, right? Gold has hit record highs earlier this year as concerns grew about, the impact of the U.S. tariffs, right? It's just, it's because of what Trump's doing, right? That's all. It's Trump's fault, right? And the global economic outlook, it's just slightly global, global. Economic outlook might not be as rosy as we liked it to be, but hey, it's all good. It's all good, right?
It's fine. It's fine.
Right? And then it goes on to say it's just to demand outstrip supply, right? It's normal stuff, right? Supply and demand kind of deal, right? You've seen that shit. It's not that big a deal, right? It's like whatever, man, whatever.
No biggie.
Oh, damn. Right. Oh, man. So, right. You're thinking, yeah. Big deal, right? Just the prices just catching up, right? So that people could, could produce a little more. That's all. It's normal. All right. That's what the majority, that's what they want you to believe, right? And this, if you want to listen to lies, right, you can just stick to BBC, right? Just, not subscribe or follow us and just stick to BBC. Again, right here, this guy talks about, right, the silver broke out, 45-year cup on handle is projecting, $96 for silver. And just doing some little bit of TA, and that makes sense, right? There's the cup, right? And there's another handle, right? If you're This is the candle actually. If you go zoom out, you'll see a bigger cup, right? So yeah, there it is, right? The target is logically up there, right?
45 years cup and handle.
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly. But silver prices hit $64 today, right? Supply deficit. This guy points out, hold on, dog, right? There's a little bit more than just, supply and demand. There's a deficit in how much silver for the past 5 years we mine versus what we use. So we mine 800 billion ounces and then use 1 billion ounces every year, right? So I think it was the average was like 150 billion deficit or something like that, right? After 150 million ounces of deficit, sorry. And so that's probably has something to do with it. And so you're probably like, yeah. So I mean, supply and demand. That this is just the market's just catching up and moving the price up, right? So that's just normal price action. You'd think so, right? You'd think, right? But if you ask AI, right, a little bit of questioning, right? There's a lot of paper promises, right, which I've been studying for a long time on silver, that they've been suppressing the price with that. Silver is breaking out after years of obvious paper suppression with the COT report and spoofing and Sunday dumps, right? Just so you know, you could always go and ask ChatGPT because what's it called? The traders in JP Morgan were convicted for this. Convicted, okay? No, it's not like, this guy's just, mentioning this because he's just looking at some sort of reports and saying they're doing this. No. Caught red-handed, went to jail. All of it. Right?
The track record is not the greatest.
Exactly.
For sure.
Today, right now, silver is literally being flown by air and not shipped by boat. You only do that in a supply emergency because, it's so heavy, right, that most of the plane wouldn't be filled, right, in order to get it there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So China's choking off. This is true also, right, that they forgot to neglect it. China's realized that, this is a strategic metal. I forgot about that. United States recently just announced, right, in November that, silver is a strategic metal and that it's for the best of their country. And same with China. I said the same thing. And they cut off the supply of metal for exports.
Yeah.
Interesting, right? And then to continue looking at this as a macro part of the situation is stocks are near high, option volume, right, is at records, right? Options is basically people gambling, anyways, and they're gambling at record numbers. And while consumer sentiment is in the gutter, right? So these guys are on Wall Street are just party, right? Central banks are hoarding gold, right? And hard assets while telling you inflation is under control, man. What inflation? What are you talking about? It's only 2%.
Trust me, bro. It's
Trust
fine.
me, bro. Yeah. Real people feel poor every year, even when official numbers say everything's fine. Now, I asked ChatGPT to research this and get all this listed information together. And then I said, and then it came out with the fact that this is what late-fiat pre-reset environment looks like.
Damn, this is
Just
deep.
before reset.
Pre-reset environment.
Not hyperinflation yet. This is from my ChatGPT, right? But the kind of macro weather you see before the bond and FX finally snaps. The bond market, which is remember, $70 trillion a month, and same with the FX market, I'm sure, and they break. You can't time it, right? Of course, but you can decide not to sit 100% in fiat and trust the system blindly.
That will be wise. You know what I mean? I've seen you, speaking about fiat, I've seen you posted the other day about the lady who won the lottery and she was asked, do you want $1 million or $1,000 a week?
Jesus.
And she decided to take $1,000 a week, which, on paper it makes sense, but she forgot to consider inflation.
Exactly.
Right?
It sounds like it makes sense, right? But it doesn't.
Until it doesn't. Yeah.
Because what happens is, in 10 years from now, right? Especially if this happens, right? I mean, it's over, right? She got screwed. She won't even get the $1 million worth, right? She might get those dollars, but they'll be worthless, right? She won't get the same value. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. This is what I'm saying. Like, it would have been, I think what I would have done, I would have taken the $1 million and I would have invested into Bitcoin straight away. Boom.
Exactly.
But hey.
And so whilst people are saying, well, she'll get $1,000, she'll be making $3 million if she lives 60 years, that number's correct. But the $3 million, she won't be able to buy what $3 million is worth.
Exactly. I mean, bear in mind that the dollar deflates 10% a year. So in 10 years, it's basically gone, right?
Yeah. So it's at 10%. So every 7 years, she's getting cut in half by her value, right? So
exactly.
But it's going to be worse than that because if we're in this pre-reset, that means she's screwed sometime within, like, for example, I asked ChatGPT to give me a range between 1 year and 5 years.
Damn.
Sometime within that range.
Unbelievable.
Because the money will be gone.
So then what you're getting a week.
Yeah, so you guys have 1 to 5 years to start buying your Satoshis. 1 to 5 years, right? And remember, I told you guys about silver, right? I remember. Do you remember that? Last year, when it was like under $30, and I said, dude, man, you guys should buy this, right? And
I remember.
And people were like, nah, man, they're going to suppress the price forever.
Yeah, it's manipulation. They won't let it happen. Wow. It doubled.
Really?
How do you feel about gold going bananas, silver pumping, and Bitcoin just doing like going sideways kind of thing?
Oh, yeah. Well, we talked about that, right? And I see that the crypto itself, right, because it's not a traditional asset, we might see it stall first before we actually see it go up. And so if the bond market breaks, I think immediately Bitcoin will go up, of course, but I don't think it will go up into just before it breaks the bond market. I think there's too much eyes on Bitcoin, and they have so much suppression power now, right? That it's in the traditional asset. It just got into the traditional asset, unlike silver and gold has been here for a long time and it's been suppressed for the long time. So it's easier to suppress Bitcoin, right? Although they can't do it for a long time, it is still easier to suppress because of the fact that it's new to the paper shenanigans, right? So the paper shenanigans are new to this asset, and so it can work much more effectively on this asset, right? So, and you can do that, right? Because, a lot of people who, if you own stocks right now, you feel that you own them when you don't. So if you can do that, own stocks and don't own them, then you don't mind owning Bitcoin, but not owning it.
Exactly. Isn't that the same thing?
That's it, right? So make sure you own your Bitcoin or own your Satoshis right now, right? This is Bitcoin stablecoin. There you go. All right. So this chart should terrify anyone who still thinks this time is different. Okay. So this guy goes on to say that Bitcoin's in the bear market, basically, right? And I think the key takeaway here is just, although we don't know exactly if this time is different, and really you should go with the most likely outcome is that this time it's not different, it's the same. It's not like you shouldn't invest in Bitcoin. It's just as long as you don't use investment money, you'll need to access in the next 6 to 12 months. And don't you agree with that? That's a hypothesis.
I agree, but I would say also the same thing in the
bull market,
bull market, exactly, in the bull market, right? So that's a statement. Whenever you buy Bitcoin, it shouldn't be for 6 months or 12 months. So
exactly.
I agree. It's either way, pumping or dumping. You shouldn't do that.
Done. This is crazy. The insider whale is still buying more ETH and now long 446 million.
Ooh.
Okay, that's good.
I like that he says, what do you think? Is it just a degen trade or they know something we don't? Well,
Just a
440,
degen.
exactly, 446 million on ETH. I mean, there is a degree of degen in there, right?
Exactly. I mean, come on, man. Just there's probably more wins out there. What's his name? The other guy,
The James Wynn.
James Wins out there that we don't even know about. So
yeah, fair enough.
we don't.
The
know.
James Wynn Ethereum, the Ethereum or whatever.
Exactly. He's the Ethereum of James Wynn of Ethereum. So we don't know. This is a must read. ETH is going to 10K sooner than we think. Okay, well, guys, you guys can go read this. I'm not going to. Because whether or not Ethereum goes to 10K is neither here nor there for me. I'm mostly invested in Bitcoin, and that's that. So will Ethereum go to 10K? Probably, especially if our system collapses. But without Bitcoin doing it first, going up first, it ain't happening.
I agree. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
And here's another bullish scenario for your Ethereum guys, right? Ethereum is repeating the goals breakout setup. No. Look, it went sideways for a long time. And same with gold, long time. And it's going to break out like this.
I mean, cherry picking charts is
exactly is
astrology.
dangerous.
Astrology.
Exactly.
That doesn't, I mean, there is definitely some sort of a, there is weight in TAs, but this, I don't know, but doesn't.
I don't know about this either.
Yeah, right. It's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Is if and buts where whatever, everything is cherry.
He's like cherry nuts in it, right? Like crazy up ahead of time, but I don't know. I don't think so. All right, breaking. U.S. Treasury just bought back 12.5 billion of its own debt. This is the largest buyback in history. Yeah, but it's still a rounding.
Yeah.
The Fed won't say it, but soft QE. What do you mean soft QE has started? It's full QE, not soft, not hard. QE.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Easy.
Yeah, well, they just need a couple more of these rounding heated up.
And then we are golden, right?
All right. So looks like the fear has dropped off, right? I mean, from extreme fear to regular fear.
To normal fear.
Fear, right? So that means that the investors are buying. Okay. That's what this guy's saying. And it's only 29, right? The fear. But let's do a quick trade, right? Let's see if we're gonna trade this, right? Sorry, I thought I had that set up. But if you want to trade this, right, you could head over to Wex, right? Links in the description below, and you can get $2,000. I think we should this bear flag, if it were to play out, I think we are going to go. We're not going to let these people, buy into Bitcoin at, these prices. They're going to run this thing up and then dump it back down, right above, right around the, these wicks here. You can see there's a lot of support here. So, and I'm sure there's support if go out. Yeah, there we go. There's support, all kinds of support at these wicks. So
it's about
100,000. Me, right? Just under 100,000 if we come up close to it. So that's where you can try your luck by entering at 98.9 and or 99K and stop lossing it with a 2% loss and see if this thing breaks down, because there's a high probability that it's going to break down and go all the way down to probably if we do this, right, let's just say it comes up to here and we can see a 71K if we just from our entry all the way to 71K. So be careful. I think maybe we should bring this back up in 73. So yeah, we could, go as high as those candle bodies. So you might want to adjust your entry or start staggered entries of your shorts as it goes higher. The worst, if it breaks above the 108, right, or 103, I think would be 104 right here. I think would be you're pretty much screwed. You need to walk away.
It's going to
You don't have wait
invalidate
for
the bear
108.
flag.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Interesting, you said 70 something because Alessio Rastani, which I interviewed not long ago, said that he believes the absolute bottom for the market could be 74 in the area, which is interesting because this is where more or less your bearish flag is
Yeah,
indicating.
because that's where I would think that. I mean, that's where I think that it'll break us down to. Because there's lots of support and resistance here. There's support here, support here.
Yeah.
No, resistance there. Right?
Resistance,
so there's lots of
yeah.
resistance there. So it just makes sense at the 73-ish area.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. So let's just see how this thing plays out. We don't know how it's going to play out, but that's my estimate. Okay, moving on. Yes, look at this.
Oh, YouTube launches option for US creators to receive stablecoin payouts through PayPal.
Dildo.
Wow. You guys can start putting in line and bending over, and we are
exactly.
get you ready.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yes, PayPal can freeze your account just because they don't like you, right? I mean, they do that a lot, right? I mean, they freeze a lot of people's accounts. So I'd be careful.
Imagine if it was USDC plus PayPal. Well, then that's it. Armageddon, right? These two together, USDC and PayPal. Did they say which stablecoin they're not going to use?
They have their own stablecoin, PayPal.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, true. Even worse. Yeah.
So they can freeze you on blockchain too, right?
Wow.
All right, so Bitcoin has plunged. Strategies Inc. is an early victim. It's dead. Did you know that the strategy went bankrupt now?
It's over.
Economists, right? I mean, according to this headline, it's just absolutely chaotic and bankruptcy, right?
Yeah, Sailor in MENA was asking for change, remember? He said, hey guys, if you can spare a couple of dollars.
Exactly.
To go back home, No.
Couldn't fly back home on his private jet.
I might be here still in the desert somewhere camping.
Exactly. Also, Financial Times, right? Which, these guys charge you, I think they charge you $2 or something like that to read their lies, right? They charge you $2 if you want. And these guys charge you what? Almost $100. Free lies.
Free lies.
I'm going to pass. Strategy stock slides. Even Bitcoin's biggest booster with dwindling, the strategy stock slides leaves Bitcoin's biggest booster with dwindling options. That's it. Bitcoin's done. It's finished.
Done. Yeah. This time is finished.
Exactly. Right? It's dead this time. Financial Times. You've heard it first, right? You just pay and you can learn more about how it's over for Bitcoin and strategy. Meanwhile, let's just take a look at, isn't that a surplus? Isn't that guy in the green?
Yeah, I can see 11 and a bunch of zero. I can't read it, but it seems they are in profit, right?
Yeah, 11.6 billion.
11 something in profit. Right. Oh boy. 23%. And by the way, if you would have checked this a few months ago, that was almost 60%, right? So again, isn't that convenient that everyone is coming out now and saying, by the way, Michael Silver is still in profit, 23%, 11 billion, right? That's not peanuts. But yet, I know this time is different.
Yeah, exactly. He's dead. Speaking about dead, you know what? You know what's criminal right here? For $1.99, you can get these lies, right? Bitcoin miners, evil, bad people, hunted after stealing 1 billion of electricity from Malaysia grid. So I decided to ask ChatGPT how true this is, right? And I said, no one stole electricity for other uses? Right. Based on the report we just discussed, the 1 billion figure refers to specifically electricity stolen for illegal crypto mining operations. Oh, so they could actually figure out, right, if you're stealing it for mining or you're stealing it to watch TV. or stealing it for a grow up, or stealing it for, businesses, for a large business factory, right? That's easily detectable, right?
Easy. Yeah.
Such a lie. Such an obvious lie.
Okay, we got Andy in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. I hope everything is okay.
And you know that like the electricity was being stolen, probably $1 billion. I'm sure there's an article if we look for it, right? An article somewhere where they said, "Oh, Malaysian citizens are stealing $1 billion worth of electricity" before Bitcoin even existed.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I like how they are connecting all the dots there with the energy theft and the criminal activities, and
Exactly, that doesn't happen though.
it doesn't happen. Yeah, get the
According
dollar.
to Bloomberg, it's all Bitcoin. It's all the criminals and Bitcoiners.
Yeah, nobody is using the dollars to do anything illicit.
Exactly.
It's like,
and they would never use it to steal electricity for anything else.
Never.
Never. As soon as they get rid of all the Bitcoin miners, all of a sudden they're in profit.
That's it. Simple as that.
Ridiculous.
But hey, we are hanging in for the 2% almost, right? What would be interesting is to have your perspective on the year closure, because so far we are kind of hanged by, I think it's 93,600 that we have to close in order to have a green 2025. So unless we pump a little bit more, we will have for the first time not 3 green year in a row.
Yeah, I know. And then, but even if we do, right, the odds, because you can see the Bollinger Bands tightening, that means that there's an explosive move one way or the other,
Yep.
right? And since the trend is down, you have to assume that it's going to go down, right?
Yeah.
Right. So my point, I forgot my point now. Jesus. So really, you have to accept that Bitcoin is most likely moving in a downward direction. But is it possible that we go up and close? So, oh yeah, that's right. Can we close out the year, right? Positive,
and then dump in January.
It's gonna be tough. I don't see that happening because we're gonna pump recently. We're gonna pump in the next little while, whether it's next week or on the weekend. I don't know, but and it will be short-lived, right? So that's it. They can't let Bitcoin hover around the 103 because then they will convert the whole thing into a bullish market again. Anyways, let's take a look at what's this?
I can break with 5 million.
Damn. Damn.
That's deep. That's deep.
I'm not sure what that means, but that doesn't bode well for her.
Yeah, she's gonna get a break in her face. 5 million, right? Yeah, I don't know. I also believe we're gonna close by the way, I don't know squat, so I'm just guessing. I'm just speculating here, but it feels like we are going to close the year on the red, which is actually, I'm excited about it, because if that's the case, it will be the first time where we are going to have two green years followed by one red and potentially another one, right? So, man, these guys are killing it, by the way.
What's
the naive
this?
guys.
What's this?
Low nicotine, caffeine, crypto memes, looking at me as soon as I wake up. Oh, yes, it's one of those things.
Yeah, the crypto memes, yes, looking at you. Yeah.
As soon as you wake up.
Come on. We're sexy.
Bitcoin performance in Q4.
Damn. Yeah.
Hey, it could be used as a bridge, I'm saying.
Exactly, exactly.
There's a use case there.
It's a bridge use case, yes. All right, let's move on to the Q&A for today.
That's funny. All right, we don't have many questions. So, guys, if you want to ask something, please use the chat. I've seen one. Okay, Davinci, some YouTubers saying the cycle is over. What is your take on this when you look at the RSI in the weekly or 2 weekly? What do you think about turning it down? How do you feel about the cycle is over? Well, I think you said it, right? That you believe that the cycle is still in play until the data tells you otherwise, right?
Exactly. We have to close above 103 to say, okay, well, we've broken the cycle, right? We could possibly break. Excuse me, not that we're going to break the cycle, just we have a better chance of breaking the cycle above 103.
Fair enough. I wonder how some people are considering the cycles. Like, if we are going to close 2025 in red, which I think is likely. That would be the first time, right? We don't have the 1, 2, 3 red, 1, 2, 3 red. So maybe that could be considered as breaking the cycles. I mean,
That could
depends on how you label it. Yeah. So let me know if you see any questions in the chat you would like to.
How much higher?
How much higher silver for silver? 90. Do you agree with the 96?
96 is most likely a good target for silver, because the head and shoulder. I mean the cup and handle. Now it's going to be violent move, right? So there's going to be violent pullback. So be ready for that. It's not going to make it easy for you to get in on silver. Silver is like that, and they are struggling to make deliveries, but they are making deliveries. And the fact that the people who are in silver, they're so used to pullbacks, right? Whenever something positive happens, that they're selling, right? A lot of the long-time silver holders are like, oh my god, a little bit of profit, sell.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
So
the cap
that's adding to the inventory, right?
The cap and handle is what, 45 years old. So yeah, interesting. Everything was slowed down by interest rates. The bull market is going to be long and slow. This is the third time 30% plus dip. So this bull market is going to be long and slow. Yeah, true. I mean, I'm excited about 2026, to be honest. But I know I'm not. There's not many people there. Many more are probably bearish, right? Saying 126 on October 6th was the top. We'll see. I guess we'll see. Like Davinci is saying, right? Next year, time will tell.
Exactly. I think we could get a slow moving target, like you said, but keep in mind, right? There's a lot of structural damage being done to the fiat system as we speak right now. It's all rumblings. All these things are red flags. Even according to ChatGPT, right? It's clear that we're in trouble. And then I tested this theory on Claude, and Claude first was not agreeing because it's got old data. I hate Claude. It always uses old data points, right? It's like I was thinking it was 2024. I'm like, it's 2025, right? Yeah. And then when it said, oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, we're in trouble.
when it finally caught up with the data, I was like, exactly. Oh, by the way, now that I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So whilst it's not a guarantee of that, we get to hyperinflation, it's just a guarantee that our system is about to collapse, right? The timing is unknown, but the result is 100% known.
Yeah, exactly.
There is a break coming. There is a collapse coming. And when that might happen, it could happen as early as next year.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. The next halving is in 2028, but I don't think they matter any longer. I think it's 95% of the supply is already out there.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, I think the last really, if it does matter, the last one that'll be the last one to matter, because shortly after that, 2 years after that, there's only 2% left.
Yeah, exactly. So Mission Ken is asking, when do you think will be a good time to buy silver? Do you recommend buying actual silver or PAAS?
Well, you can buy companies, but you probably won't own the stock, right? They'll say, yeah, you own it, but don't own it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. And you're doing this in a collapsing currency. And there's lots of evidence, right? We've talked about this in other videos, that there's lots of evidence that they will just take your stocks and somebody else owns your stocks, right? When there's a disruption in the monetary system similar to 2008, they'll be like, okay, thank you, that's mine, and that's not yours, right? And that's all legal precedent, it's all part of the law, so that's it. You can't do jack about it, right?
Yep.
And so why bother with companies unless you can technically get them to actually give you access to the the stock, but it's not going to be easy. They're gonna make you pay.
Yeah, and also the thing about silver is Yeah, I mean, I would rather own it myself, right? Buy the asset, like as much as gold. You'll need some space because silver is, I mean, it's not as expensive as gold, which means you'll need some sort of but I think you can be creative in that sense. But I agree, I would rather own the asset itself.
Yeah, owning is like, the best way to do it, especially with our current system. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Somebody says buying a cigarette. Didn't hear you clearly. Okay. Well, don't know what you missed. So sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but you're talking about silver here. I'm not sure if you can smoke it, but yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
So silver ETFs I would avoid because then they're not going to.
It's not real silver, right?
Yeah, they're saying there's silver there, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you have to trust them. They have your silver, right? So it's the same story. Like, yeah, trust me, your silver is here, and I owe you a promise in dollars, right? So, yeah, I don't like that kind of stuff. I'd rather own the asset myself.
Exactly, because possession is 9/10 of the law, and they own it, not you. So that's it. It's theirs.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope to see you guys on Monday.
Yep.
We're in the next Daily HODL show, and you've got your questions. Hope you get your questions all ready, and we can answer all your questions. The next Daily HODL show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.